Good enough. I'd like to welcome you to the December 12th Tuesday regular session of the Commissioners Court of Hunt County. I want to advise that the Commissioners Court is open to the public and may also be streamed online via YouTube. To stream the meeting, follow the Commissioners Court live stream hyperlink on the county's website, huntcounty.net. At this point of time, I'd like to have you stand and have a prayer. Commissioner Hutchins, please.
Please bow with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this opportunity to come together in service of our communities. We ask that you would give us wisdom and grace to make right and just decisions. And we thank you for all the work that you have done for us, and ask that we would be grateful for all these gifts that we have received from you. And it's in your precious and holy name. Amen.
Amen. May we pledge allegiance to the U.S. flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The Texas flag. Honor the Texas flag. Pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Thank you. I call this meeting to order in reference to December the 12th regular session at this time. Roll call is Commissioner Hutchins, Precinct 1, Commissioner Monroe, Precinct 2, Precinct 4, Commissioner Harrison. My name is Philip Martin. I'm Commissioner of Precinct 3 and the Judge Pro Tem of Hunt County Commissioners Court. We have the minutes before you dated November the 28th, 2023 in regular section. Do we have any corrections to make to that? If not, do I have a motion and second in reference to passing this?
Make a motion we approve these minutes.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Public testimony. Citizens are invited to address the Commissioners Court on topics not already scheduled for a public hearing. Public testimony will be made by email. Public comments at huntcounty.net. The public will be permitted to offer public comments by telephone as provided by the agenda and is permitted by the presiding officer during the meeting. A recording of the telephone video meeting will be made and will be available to the public in accordance with the Open Meeting Act upon written request. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes and should conduct themselves in a civil manner. The Commissioners Court cannot take action on items not listed on the agenda in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act. Concerns will be addressed by county staff. They may be placed on future agenda or addressed by some other course of response. At this point of time, I do have some individuals that are signed up in reference to participating in this. We have a Teresa Crow. Would you please step up, identify yourself, where you live, what address, and talk to us and address us, please.
Good morning. I am Teresa Crow, and I live at 5676 County Road 4120 in Campbell. That is Precinct 4. My purpose in addressing the Hunt County Commissioners Court this morning is to request consideration and action in a future meeting to protect our county roads from damage by large, heavy commercial vehicles and excessive speed by any vehicle on these roads. I'm referencing the blacktop/oil sand roads throughout the county. During the week of November the 27th, I personally observed an 18-wheeler tractor with a flatbed trailer carrying some construction materials and a forklift. It was traveling south on County Road 4125, and when it reached the intersection of 4120, it made an eastward turn. When the vehicle turned east, it was too large to navigate that tight turn. It crushed the end of the drainage culvert and some of the pavement at the intersection. This is only one example. I have observed similar incidents many times. This vehicle had absolutely no reason to be on either of these roads, as there is no construction on either of those roads in the immediate vicinity. The Texas Transportation Code Title VII provides counties with the ability to set maximum weight limits on its roadways. I realize that there are a number of challenges in establishing these policies. Sanitation, trash pickup trucks, construction materials delivery, farm equipment, school buses, all must be accommodated. I also have observed numerous vehicles traveling at high rates of speed on County Road 4120 daily. If a driver needs to travel at these high rates of speed, there are other alternatives such as FM 499 or Highway 24 in my area. My request of the Commissioners Court is to, on a future agenda, establish a weight limit for vehicles under the Texas Transportation Code Title VII, strategically place signage along the county roadways notifying drivers of these weight limits, and also strategically place speed limit signs on the county roads where none exist. Once these policies are established and appropriate signage is placed, the Hunt County Sheriff will have the ability to enforce these if drivers fail to voluntarily adhere to them. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Crowe. Thank you. At this point in time, we do have another gentleman, Mark White, if you will, come up with the presentation before the Commissioners Court.
Mark White, I'm at 3315 County Road 1108. Good morning, Commissioners and Mayor, or Judge Pro Tem. The Gipper once said there is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Of course, that was our 40th President, Ronald Reagan, and I believe that saying to be very true. But an even greater man said, whoever wants to be first must be last of all and servant to all. And of course, that was the God-man, Jesus Christ. I believe this to be true and is a verse that I hope all who serve others exhibit in their service. I would like to give the Commissioners Court an update on the events in Merritt. We've held 11 community meetings, and our last one was Thursday, December the 7th, 2023. We'll have other upcoming meetings, but that's where we're at. We had 16 new attendees at that last meeting, which was interesting. After holding 10 previous meetings, we had 16 first-time attenders. And of all the meetings, we've had a total of 277 people who would admit they attended a meeting by signing in and providing their information. We have conducted a straw poll on whether we should incorporate the Merritt area or to just request immediate annexation into Farmersville or just do nothing and wait. Overwhelmingly, the vote was to incorporate with 88% of the total votes. Approximately 8% wanted to do nothing and 3% wanted to go ahead and just join Farmersville. Based on these results and numerous conversations with people in the area, we will likely proceed with filing a petition in the next week or so. We have a final map which we believe meets the requirements of a Type A municipality in the local government code. We are also in the process of validating those addresses and the multipliers that are used to support those requirements. We also expect to have a final survey with the legal description completed by early next week so that we can obtain the 50-plus signatures required on that petition so that we can hand it in to the county judge. I do want to just thank you guys again for all the work that you do in supporting Hunt County, and Friends of Merritt really looks forward to just working with all of you, and want to just say thank you and have a Merry Christmas.
Mark, you have a Merry Christmas also, and we appreciate you serving the people like you have up in Precinct 1, or actually the whole county. Under old business, we have none, so we'll continue on. But before we do, I want to find out if there's anyone that needs to be addressed. Danny Ray, do you have any comments?
No, there's nothing online.
Good enough, then we'll go on and move on. Thank you. Under new business, we have consent calendar. Understand this, that all items are considered to be routine by the Commissioners Court and will be enacted by one motion. Is there any desire to pull any one of these at this point of time? If not, do I have a motion and a second in reference to consent calendar?
Make a motion to approve consent calendar.
Second.
I have a motion. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. We go to action item B. This is approval of accounts payable. I do make a motion that we do pay the bills.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Against? The motion passes. At this time, we have approval of budget amendments. Do I have a motion and a second in reference to approving budget amendments?
Make a motion, we approve budget amendments.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Against? The motion passes. Approval of payroll and personnel. Do I have a motion and a second?
Make a motion to approve payroll and personnel.
Second.
I do have a motion to approve payroll and personnel. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Item number 1, in reference to the quarterly report for the Boys Girls Club in
Commissioner.
Northeast Texas. Well,
Did we
I
get,
tell you what, is it Juanisha Stevens and Brenda Chavez? Is that correct? Pardon?
no, I think it's been taken care of. Never mind. Ignore me.
Okay. Why don't y'all come up here and address it? I tell you what, the Boys and Girls and Club have served this area for a long time, and we appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having us this morning. Good morning, and I'm sure by now you know who we are, but I am Brenda Chavez, and I am the club director for Lone Oak. I am filled with gratitude this morning. And I want to be able to share some inspiring stories of our clubs, just to express our deepest appreciation for the invaluable support you have provided. First, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks to each of you for believing in our mission and for the recent increase in funds. Your commitment has been a light of hope for our organization, allowing us to expand our reach and make a lasting impact on the lives of the children in our community. I would love to shed a light on our transformative Smart Moves program, where the guiding principle, there is a time and a place for that, has become a beacon of wisdom for our students. Through this program, our students are on a continual journey of learning and growth, and it is through your support that we have been able to reinforce this critical role of self-awareness in their lives. This month, with a specific focus on communication, we witness a beautiful manifestation of the positive impact our programs have on our members. One of our students displayed a remarkable emotional intelligence by reading the room, but as well seeking to the right person to talk to and effectively managing their emotions. This example is a testament to the power of your investment in our community and our youth and the youth.
Good morning. My name is Juanisha Stevens. I am the club director for Boys and Girls Club here in Greenville. I stand here today not just as a representative of the Boys and Girls Club, but as a voice for the countless families and students whose lives have been touched by your generosity. By empowering our kids, we aim to foster an environment where they can understand and embrace who they are as they navigate the complexities of emotional and physical growth while continuing their academic journey. I share these special learning experiences with you not only to express our gratitude, but also to reaffirm the belief that your support is creating meaningful change. As we continue to empower our families and students, we invite you to join us in witnessing the positive transformations that unfold within our community. In closing, thank you for your unwavering support. Your belief in us fuels our passion and dedication to making a difference in the lives of those we serve. We look forward to continuing the journey together, creating a brighter future for the youth of Hunt County. Thank you.
And thank y'all. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I want to tell you something. They do a lot of good. There's no doubt about that, and we appreciate it. Do I have a motion to accept this quarterly report from the Boys and Girls Club in that second also?
So-
Make a motion, we approve this report.
Second?
I have a motion to second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Now we have Ms. Brittany Turner up here in reference to the Treasurer's monthly report for September 2023.
Good morning, everyone. As you will see in your package, you will have your Treasurer's monthly report for September 30th, 2023. Our month-end balance of cash on hand and invested funds was $62,040,300.15. Like I said, cash on hand and invested funds. These are unaudited totals, obviously subject to our independent auditor's review, but effectively you would have year-end balances for our fiscal year 22-23. And all of the bank reconciliations have been done and approved by the auditor. Any questions?
The Treasurer's monthly report for September 23, do I have a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Second.
I do have a motion. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against? The motion passes. Now we go to the Treasurer monthly report for October 2023. Brittany, please.
Absolutely. And like I said, in the past couple of weeks, we've shut September and October down as we have completed all of our adjustments and expenses for September. So right alongside it comes October as we close our months almost consecutively in a couple of weeks at a time. For the Treasurer's monthly report, month-end October 31st, 2023, we had a month-end balance of $58,946,881.45, cash on hand and invested funds. All of the bank reconciliations have been done and approved by the auditor. Any questions?
There's no questions. Do I have a motion and a second in reference to Treasurer monthly report for October the 2023?
So moved.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second, and thank you. Thank you, Mr. Turner, appreciate you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Now we're going to ask a lady to come up here. This is item number 4. The order of election for the special runoff election for House District Number 2 to be held January the 30th of 2024. And this is Miss Jeannie Ash, and this is our election administrator. And may I say we thank you from this Commissioner's Court for doing what you do.
Thank you, sir. Good morning. I'm here to discuss and possibly take action on the order for the January 30th, 2024 special runoff election for the House District 2. You each have a copy of this. There's an official copy that also requires court signatures for the county records. Because this is an expedited process, I would like to mention for public purposes that early voting will be held for 5 days in January 22nd through the 26th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., daily at the Hunt County Voter Administration Office meeting room. Election day voting will be held in the precincts, and some precincts have been consolidated. Those details will be outlined in a future notice of election, but I did want to get that information out because we don't have much time to act.
That's right.
Are there any questions?
If there's not any questions, I do appreciate the work you've done. I know the interstate has messed up all this work in reference to different locations. I understand that. Item number 4, the order of election for the special runoff election for House District Number 2 to be held January the 30th, 2024. Do I have a motion to accept this order?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Item number 5 is the order of election for the primary election to be held March the 5th, 2024. Would you continue, please?
Yes, sir. In lieu of the Republican and Democrat orders of election that will actually come from the parties, I'm actually here to present the joint resolution and statistical information for the joint primary on behalf of those parties for the primary election. There's an official copy, again, for the county's records that require signatures, and each one of you have a copy of that. If I may proceed with reading the resolution.
Please.
Whereas the Democratic Party of Hunt County, Texas, and the Republican Party of Hunt County, Texas desire to enter into a 2024 joint primary election services contract with the Hunt County Elections Administrator, County Clerk as the Hunt County Elections Officer. And whereas the Commissioners Court of Hunt County, Texas desires to give authorization for the said contract, now therefore may it be resolved that the Commissioners Court of Hunt County, Texas, that said Commissioners Court authorizes a joint contract by and among Larry Davis, Democratic Party Chair, and David Hale, Republican County Chair, and Jeannie Ash, Hunt County Elections Officer of Hunt County, for the conduct and supervision of Hunt County joint primary election on March 5th, 2024, and the Hunt County joint primary runoff election, if necessary, on May 28th, 2024. A notice of election, again, we've got a lot of elections coming up, so I want to make some public comments just so that they are aware of what's going on. There will be a notice of election, as with all elections, that will be posted in the coming weeks to include the specific details of the election. But it's worth mentioning that the March 5th primary election early voting polling location will be held this time at Fletcher Warren Civic Center from February the 20th to March 1st. That's to accommodate the county's growth. We don't have the room in the voter administration office, so we are requesting that the Fletcher Warren Civic Center be considered as the polling location. Also, early vote and polling day locations will be specified and outlined in the orders and notices of election, which will be posted on the county and voter administration bulletin boards, as well as the voter administration website for the public.
Thank you. She's read the joint resolution statistical information for joint primary, and I appreciate that. And do I have a motion in reference to item number 5, the order of election for primary election be held March the 5th, 2024? Do I have a motion?
Move adoption.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. We'll move on to number 6, the Hunt County SART biennial report. Calvin Grogan, is there someone here to? Okay, well, come on up. You're not Calvin Grogan, my friend. Would you introduce yourself to the people?
My name's Noby Walker with the District Attorney's Office, and Calvin is pulling duty right now, serving us all. So at any rate, Commissioner, this is, what we're here for is on the biennial report that has to be submitted to the Commissioners Court by the SART team. And some of you may recall, a couple of years ago, the legislature passed statute providing that in the county we're to establish a sexual assault response team, which includes a number of different agencies, law enforcement agencies, prosecutors, SANE nurses, the hospital, all the folks that could be involved in sexual assault cases. And so this is to be headed up by an entity. It can be a profit or a nonprofit entity that's not necessarily associated with law enforcement, and that's our CAC, or our Rape Crisis Center. And part of the requirements in that statute was for the SART, the Sexual Assault Response Team, to prepare a biennial report to submit to the Commissioners Court, and that's what we're here for today, is to present that report. Macy Torres and Holly Robinson, that are both with the CAC, Rape Crisis Center, are here today. Macy prepared the report, and it's there, and we're certainly available for any questions you guys may have concerning that.
I don't have any questions, my friend.
All right, sir. Well, deem it submitted, and thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for coming. Appreciate you. Item number 6, the Hunt County Star Bicentennial Report. Do I have a motion to accept this report in a second?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Item number 7, the request to construct electrical power distribution facilities which will be in the right-of-way of County Road 3520 in Precinct 3. Under the normal stipulations, I do make a motion that we allow this labor to be done. Do I have a second? Thank you. Those in favor? Those against? The motion passes. Item number 8, the upgrade of approximately 800 foot of County Road 2526 west from rock to oil sand in Precinct 2. Money is in escrow. This is David Monroe. Do I have a motion and a second?
Make a motion to approve this construction under usual stipulation.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Item number 9, the upgrade of approximately 2,170 foot of County Road 3404 from rock to oil sand in Precinct 3. The interlocal agreement with Sabine River Authority at county's expense. I do make a motion in reference to allowing this upgrade to be done. Do I have a second?
Second.
I do have a motion. I do have a second. Those in favor? Aye. Those against? The motion passes. Now we're going to item number 10, and this is the upgrade of approximately 866 foot of County Road 3526 from rock to oil in Precinct 3 at county's expense. I do make a motion that we allow this work to be done. Do I have a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion does pass. We move on to item number 11, and this is changing the name of Garrett Estates approved November the 29th, 2023 to Legacy Acres in Precinct 4. And Brian, if you will, Mr. Toole, explain this to us, please.
This is a plat that was approved by the court last Commissioners Court meeting, and they want to simply change the name. The plat has not been recorded. It was just approved, and no one's signed the plat as of yet due to this name change. So that's all they're doing, is just wanting to address the name before it gets recorded.
Is there any discussion on this? Okay. Changing the name of Garrett Estates approved November 28, 2023 to Legacy Acres. It's not Legacy Estates, it's Legacy Acres in Precinct 4. Do I have a motion and a second reference to this?
So move.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Item number 12, and thank you for staying up there, my friend. Item number 12, the final plat of Transverse Addition in Precinct 3, Transverse Property Owner. At this time, we're going to basically, it's splitting up. Would you explain this to them, then we'll have a public hearing, please.
This is a replat of several old lots that were created back in the 1960s, late 60s. They're going through and they're actually addressing an encroachment. There's a shed over a line, so they're kind of moving that line around. Same property owner, both tracks. So, but this is a replat, so it'll need a public hearing.
This is a public hearing. Is there anybody that desires to say anything? Is there anything on there, Daniel? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Item number 12, the final plat of Transverse Addition in Precinct 3, Transverse Property. Basically, do I have a motion and a second?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Moving on to 13, the final plat of Bonico Acrello Estates in Precinct 4.
Simple two-lot plat with FM road frontage up in Jacobia.
Is there any discussion? Do I have a motion and a second in reference to the final plat of Bonico Acrello Estates in Precinct 4?
So move.
Second.
I do have a motion and a second to accept this final plat. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. Pardon? Thank you. Appreciate you. At this point of time, we're going to adjourn into special executive session as needed, and it's be under 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do I have a motion to adjourn into executive session under 1, 2, 3, and 4?
So moved.
Second.
I do have a motion to adjourn in the special section, and it's approximately 10:31. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes, and we will adjourn into executive session. Thank you all for being here. Okay, we are live at this time. Am I correct? We're out of executive session back into regular session at this time. In reference to any action taking place discussing the executive session, basically, I make a motion in reference to move that Hunt County accepts the modernization proposal from TKE to repair and modernize the two elevators in the Exchange Building, and direct Liza Harkey to execute the proposal of the county's behalf, and that the proceeds to pay for this process to be paid from contingency. I have a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have received a second. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? This proposal has passed. We've had some other discussion that we need to talk about in reference to it. Would you advise us what this discussion is in reference to?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, or a few business days ago, actually, the county received a notice of a TCEQ permit application for a concrete and rock crusher in Precinct 2. That is in the, currently appears to be in the public comment period. Obviously, there's been some of the neighbors of the area are against it and have cited different health and safety concerns related to the impact on the roads and then the noise and the potential dust. So that was that's kind of the background of what we discussed. That's in the public comment period, and to the extent that the county wants to, it can participate in that process.
We'd like to go ahead and have you move forward into just kind of researching into this for us, see if there's anything the county can do to, to oppose it.
Okay, will do. I can come back at our meeting on the 27th and discuss that and take action if the county desires to do so at that point. But I can download the entire application and figure out exactly what's going on and hopefully, some more information on how valid those concerns are.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We were back in the regular session at approximately 11:25. Is there any other discussion? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
I do have a motion to adjourn. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? The motion passes. We are adjourned at this time. The time is 11:29. Thank you. Also, Merry Christmas.